In this video, I will be teaching you how to make sure that your audio files in your audiobook pass ACX standards. So that way your audiobook goes live into the Audible store. Now, you can read all about the ACX standards on the official ACX website where they tell you what the requirements are for the audio files. There are specific technical requirements that each audio file needs to meet, and they are listed on the website. You can find a link in the description, and it will just take you right to the website. Now, it will tell you that you need to have between negative 23 dB and negative 18 dB RMS. That's the volume. And for peaks, you're going to need peaks that are less than negative 3 dB. Now, this is very important because if your audio files do not meet those standards, your audiobook will not go live on Audible. They will reject the audiobook. And that's every narrator's worst nightmare, is spending 40 hours on a project and then finding out that their audio files are so bad that they're beyond being able to be mastered. So that's why you want to check in every once in a while on your audio files just to make sure that you can master them to meet ACX standards. And you can see if your audio files meet ACX standards by using ACX Checker in Audacity or by using ACX Audio Lab, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So let's get started by just talking about the software you're going to need to download. So the first one is a really famous free software called Audacity. And again, you can find the link in the description, or you can just Google Audacity and you'll find it. And the next thing is a plugin called ACX Checker, which works with Audacity. Now, once you download Audacity, install it, and open it, you're also going to need to install the ACX plugin checker. So to do that, you're going to navigate to Tools. I'm on a Mac, so these screenshots are from a Mac. You're going to go to Tools, and you're going to click on Enquest Plugin Installer. Then you're going to go to Analyze and Plugin Manager just to make sure that the plugin is enabled. As you can see, it should be checked here. And if you want to use ACX Checker, then you should now be able to see it under Analyze ACX Check, and that will just give you the stats of your audio files so you know that they're good enough to pass ACX Audio Lab. So let's say they're not good. Let's say that your audio files do not meet the standards. How can you then edit and master them to meet the standards? So again, let's go over the standards really quickly. The volume is between negative 18, so it is not too loud, to negative 23, so it's not too quiet, all right? Now, for the peaks should not be too loud. They should be less than negative 3 dB, all right? And finally, the background noise has to be less than 60 decibels. Now, you can also have your background noise to be dead silent. Even though on their website, they say that they do not allow for dead silence, I think they still have it on their website. I don't know if they still do, but at least at some point they did. This is no longer enforced. So now ACX will allow you to have audiobooks that have complete dead silence as room tone. Now, I don't necessarily recommend it, and I can't guarantee it. You could always add room noise later, but this has just been my experience. Anyways, the point is, the background noise should be less than negative 60 decibels, so there shouldn't be anything that is too loud going on in the background, like a fan or AC or honking, things like that. So anyways, now there are many ways to master your audio files to make sure they meet ACX standards. There's many ways. And if one method doesn't work, try another method. Be willing to try more than one method. Now, I'm going to show you two specific methods, and this is more of helping guide you into what you have to do. but you should be kind of willing to play around because everyone's mic setup is a little bit different. All right, so method number 1, all right, this is what you're going to need to do to make sure your audio files meet ACX standards. Method number 1 is you are going to need to select loudness normalization by going to Effect, Volume, Compression, and Loudness Normalize. Then just put in -20 dB. So that's going to normalize your volume to around -20 decibels, which is a nice sweet spot because the range is between -18 to -23. So this will put you into -20, which is a really nice balance. All right, after that, you're going to deal with the peaks. So with the peaks, you're going to go to Effect, Volume, Compression, and you're going to select Limiter. And from Limiter, you're going to apply these settings right here, -3.5, -3.5, 0, 1, 20, and that will deal with the peaks. So this should fix your audio files to meet ACX standards, and then you could check with ACX Checker, or you can go to ACX Audio Lab to check to see if your audio files are good. All right, so method number 2 is amplification. So different method on how to make sure your audio files meet ACX standards. So over here, you're going to start by going to ACX Check to see what your stats are, and then you're just going to use one tool, Effect, Volume, Compression, Amplify. And you're going to use this tool to adjust both your RMS and peak levels at the same time. So you can increase one of these and then the other one will also be affected. So you play around a little bit with this. Amplification is if you want to make it louder, so the RMS will go, let's say, from -19 to -18. Or if you want to make it more quiet, then you can go from, let's say, -19 to -22. And that will affect the peak as well. So sometimes this method alone will help. And ideally, you just want to record things in such a way where you have minimum editing that you have to do later. But that's just a quick tip. Anyways, once you do all of that, go to ACX Audio Lab and just upload your files there to see if it meets the standards. If you have any more questions, ask ChatGPT. It's actually really good at helping you figure out how to master your audio files with Audacity. Now, I also forgot to mention that when you save the file in Audacity, make sure you select 192 KB and 44.1 kHz, because those are the necessary settings when you are saving your file. All right, I hope this is helpful, and feel free to practice and learn and just figure out what works for you.